If you make St. Jude 2, you finish, that's the death knell. Because people would have just been like...
But some bands do that.
And where are they now?
Yeah. That's
No,
true.
I joke, but I'd be deadly serious.
We're backstage at the Isle of Wight Festival. Liam Frey from the Cortinas is with us. Liam, good afternoon, mate.
Hello, mate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry, because I've just realised we're interrupting your pre-gig routine.
Yeah, it was fine. I could do that yoga and stretching and ice bath anytime.
What is the pre-gig routine?
I just told you.
Is it actually... No, come on.
Do you know what? It depends. Sometimes there isn't enough time to do anything, and you're a bit last minute. But you're getting a bit older now.
I was going to say, has it changed down the years
It
a
has.
little bit?
Well, it's changed dramatically down the years. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, I don't know, a bit of warm-ups and all that. The resistance bands will be out for Campbell.
You're technically supporting Pulp tonight, even though it's a festival gig. That's a dream come true?
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Insane. From being, 10 or whatever, I feel like they are one of the greats.
Yeah,
Do you
definitely.
know what I mean? Like, it seems weird because they're like in our lifetime, but I genuinely think that they are one of the greats. So it's I still get like goosebumps every now and again. Like, we played with some amazing bands that we love. I was looking at the poster before and I was like, oh yeah, that's us, isn't it? Underneath them. So yeah, I can't wait.
It still feels like that, even though you're...
Just want to get ours out the way. Come on, let's get this done. Let's go and watch them.
It feels,
by the way.
it feels like a really good time for the band. I mean, everything's kind of happened at once. Big things I'm talking about, like Heaton Park, obviously. I was saying before we started recording about you playing the Royal Albert Hall for the Teenage Cancer Trust. That was an amazing gig. And St. Jude turning 15. What's your relationship with that album now, and has it changed in that kind of span of time?
I ignored it for a bit, and I think we did like an acoustic version of it at 10 years, and I was just a bit like, oh. But I think because I'm so much older now, I can look at it like quite fondly. The biggest thing for me is looking out like at Heaton Park last week, and I was like, they're 15, 16, 17, 18. Like, what? That's crazy. So, it keeps like bringing people in and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I really like it.
Good. But it's strange that it's had this weird journey, because it only went to #1 this year, and it wasn't like it was one of those albums that wasn't a success when it came out. It was a big deal when it came out, and it sold really well.
Yeah.
But it's only now gone to #1. I think it's only just gone platinum as well.
Yeah, weird.
Which is crazy.
It went on Friday, the day of the gig.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like,
oh,
what are the
wow.
chances? Yeah, it was mad.
But what's the longevity there, or is it just, I don't know, luck?
I think because we weren't cool in the first place, and we're not cool now. So if you're never there, you can't fall down, can you? Honestly, like, because we were never like flavour of the month necessarily. No one was really like coming to get us. We were almost left alone.
Do you think that helped though? Because a lot of bands, maybe from the era before you, were kind of so overhyped and were destined to fail. Do you think that's helped you kind of have the longevity you've had?
Don't get me wrong, at the time I was like, why aren't we on this, or why don't we get that? I think everybody probably has a bit of that, and they're liars if they say the otherwise. But like, I think we were kind of left to our own devices, and the fact that the crowds kept coming. So I was like, well, if there's still people in the audience singing along to B-sides, then happy days.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did a little kind of playlist of songs of yours I was listening to on the way in today before we did this interview. No, it was good. And what struck me about it was how every album feels very different, and you can identify kind of each era. And the kind of the starkest transition, I guess, was from St. Jude to sort of Falcon, which has a little bit of elbow about it, very different to that first record. Is that a deliberate choice when you get into the studio, or when you start writing songs, do you think we need to change it up? Or are you kind of led by what you're listening to, or what you want to do?
No, it was supremely deliberate. I think, if you make St. Jude 2, you finish, that's the death knell. Because people would have just been like...
But some bands do that.
And where are they now?
Yeah. That's true.
I joke, but I'd be deadly serious. I almost think that Falcon was like album 3 almost, and maybe should have been a stepping stone in between it. But I love that you said that, because you are always listening to what you've just done and going, come on, you got to like move it, while still trying to retain people's interest, and like you can't go too mad, because you need people to be into it. Like that's
You're going to make like an electronic avant-garde album.
Like, I wish we were in a position where we could do exact you know what I mean?
Well, if there was no shackles, what would you do? Was there something you've always wanted to explore?
You'll hear it in about 8 months, I think.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know.
No, are we going to get a weird album next?
I've got loads of songs, and there's definitely enough of the lot to make something weird.
Really?
Yeah.
How weird are we talking?
Not weird.
Yeah.
Just weird for us.
Is that a deliberate choice, or does it find you, if you like?
I think we're probably in a position now where we don't have to be as direct as we once did.
Yeah.
I think, the way people listen to music as well. Some people listen to one song off the album, fine, but then that means you can experiment with 4 or 5 of the others and not necessarily have to stick to the same palette, maybe, or I think they've got the horizons are broader, if you like. So, yeah, I've said too much.
In your time as a band, everything's kind of changed, as it always does, I guess, with bands that stick around.
Yeah.
How much has kind of social media played a role in the band going forward? Has that changed anything, like with TikTok and with obviously Spotify? Because Spotify wasn't particularly as big as it was when say St. Jude came out.
I'm still about MySpace. Trying to get in the top 8. Mate.
Is that something that's changed your band, or has it remained kind of unaffected?
When we came out, CDs had just stopped selling.
Yeah.
So we seem to be like kind of at every left turn. It's like whether we're a bit like TikTok's a big one, because I almost find that a lot of pressure for people. I find out I'm not putting out a couple of Instas a week. So the idea of doing like 8 things a day, I'm just like, hey, give me a break. But listen, no, I'm not saying people that do it are bad. I'm just saying I couldn't handle it. I think so much pressure. Content, like this stuff. I mean, like, it just must be so hard for people to come up with like new stuff, and effectively, those 10 songs are your content, really.
I was going to say, does it detract from what you're actually trying to do?
Not for us, no. But I imagine it must be really difficult coming through now, and you've almost got to have a presence before you start and before you get. It's just like, what? So I think it's changed. I think for new bands, 100%. We're lucky that there's more white in the beard now, so
you don't have to worry about that too much. Yeah. I read about a quote. I'm assuming it's from you. It may or may not be true. I don't know. But it says that you wrote exclusively from personal experience. So almost every song is from your personal experience. Is that true?
If I say yes, you're gonna pause something.
No, but
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And how was that? Is that
hard?
Difficult? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but in a good way, like rewarding, because it means when you're singing it, and this is going, and you can see that, and they're seeing it back, and I think, well, again, there's nothing wrong with storytelling either. Some of it, details, etc., might not be to the letter, but for the most part, yeah. Which sometimes is why people don't understand it. It's like, oh, why have you not had a record? It's like, because I've not been doing anything.
I was just going to say, so that obviously affects the pipeline.
Just be sitting at home. But it is, and then, other times, I've got loads of songs recently. You just go through peaks and troughs, really, and don't force it. And some people write songs every day, like for a living. And again, I admire that. It's a different mindset, I think. I can't really do that. I have to like have something or pull it, or it has to nudge me or something.
So if you're kind of really settled and happy, I guess there's not a lot of songs coming.
Yeah, it works both ways, I think. Works both ways.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about Man U. I know you're a Man U fan. It's
Manchester United, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent season. We won't talk about City. Let's gloss over that. But what's your thoughts on the season? Good. It's been like a transition, I guess.
I mean, Ten Hag's the best signing
I
think we've had in a long time. It's all about this summer, really. Go and get Harry Kane. What are you waiting for?
I'm a Spurs fan. I was going to say, do you
really?
want? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Is he? I guess he'll solve a lot of problems.
But like Bellingham going to Madrid.
Yeah.
But then they've got the money to get Kane as well. But are they going to do that? I don't know. But surely he's got to go. No disrespect to Spurs. You know what I mean?
Is this your come and get me plea to Kane?
But surely, I think just think about what with the supply from Bruno, Casemiro, Rashford. Be amazing.
It'll break my heart, but it's just nice to see him happy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to finish up by asking you, and I'm always interested in talking to bands and artists about this, but is there someone you're listening to right now? Is there an album or a song or an artist that you're really into that you can recommend?
Do you know what? I've been listening to loads of Post Malone recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And who else? A band called Felt.
Felt?
Yeah, that James Skelly put me onto. So, yeah, Felt and Post Malone.
Nice.
To the spectrum, really. But yeah, check them out.